Do 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 do. Hi guys, I wanted to go through week 20 symptoms and how it's been. So yeah, week 20. Week 20 is normally the week where most people, if you watch vlogs, tend to find out like the gender of the baby. They have their kind of full anomaly scan, which I'm actually having when I'm 21 weeks and 4 days. So towards the end of my 21 weeks, I have it in 2 days. So I wanted to kind of update you on week 20. So yeah, week 20, I'm smiling about it now, but it's not funny. Week 20 has been legitly the most emotionally like roller coaster ride week there has been so far. I definitely feel a lot better now, but week 20 was really hard, especially this weekend just gone, like the end of week 20. It was so painful for my husband and for me as well, because I've made such a conscious effort for the last few months, or the best part of a year now, ever since I did kind of my like depression and just feeling like those vlogs and stuff. I've made such an effort to just be a get up and go kind of person, and just pull myself out of like negative situations and mindset and all that stuff. But the baby has had other ideas, and hormones have played havoc with how I've been feeling, and I've just been very emotional, and I think that's probably been the main symptom that has really stuck out for me. Other than that, there's been a few symptoms here and there, but other than that, everything else I could kind of tolerate. The emotion part hit me like a brick. I didn't expect it. And of course, I think the fact that I wasn't working either on the weekend, I think just made it worse because I wasn't distracted. I literally spent pretty much the whole weekend in bed and like crying on and off. I even went to see my family, thinking that would cheer me up. My husband took me to see my family, which we do anyway, like on weekends. But and I was just like, not biting everyone's head off, but I felt like I was biting everyone's head off, and I felt like it was something so silly. I can't remember what it was. I think I wanted to take like all the dogs for a walk or something, and my brother said that he didn't want to, or the dogs had just been brushed so they'd get dirty or something. It was something like that, and it was over FaceTime. We were having this conversation. I literally felt so upset when he like said no, that I ended the call and I got into bed and I cried. Like I cried, not just like tears, but like I actually broke down and cried. Like, and I know I'm being just, whether you want to call it dramatic, I'm just being over the top and being oversensitive. I know it's the hormones, but that makes me feel worse. Like I felt worse because I was like, you know why this is? This isn't how you actually would feel day to day. This is your hormones, so snap out of it. And because I couldn't, that just made me feel like down, really quite down. My husband didn't know really how to help. Like he didn't know whether I wanted him next to me the whole day, and you know, it's unfair to expect anyone to kind of like be that kind of attentive. Is that fair to say? Especially when you don't know what you want either. So emotions were definitely the hardest thing, and I definitely felt better when I went back to work on Monday. I'm actually going to take my makeup off. I hope you guys don't mind. I know it's kind of gross. Well, not gross. Poor girls here. I just want to get this off my face and get ready for bed. So yeah, so that emotions were definitely like the main part of it. And it's just one of those things where you can't do anything. And I was speaking to my mum, and she said she definitely felt like emotional when she was like with my brother. She said like my second brother, she felt a little bit emotional at times, but it was nothing like I've been describing. Guys, I cried because I didn't want to get into the shower because I would have to wash my hair and then I would be cold after. I mean, come on. Like seriously, like I'm laughing, that's why I said I'm laughing about it now, but it wasn't funny at the time. I genuinely felt really low. The other symptoms, acid reflux, which I had no idea what that was until I experienced it. And mostly when I'm kind of like bending down, or if I was like moving a little too fast or anything like that, or straight after I've eaten, just this like burning, rising gas feeling that makes you want to just throw up. And they say milk helps, but I didn't really try that because most of the time I was at work and no one was going to pass me a pint of milk anytime soon over there. And then the other symptom, my stomach. My stomach has felt really tight. The skin on my stomach has felt really tight, really stretched, really uncomfortable, and itchy. My stomach has been itching, and I've been trying not to itch it because I know that obviously like leads to like stretch marks and stuff, so I've been trying not to actually touch my stomach too much and itch it, but it's definitely been hard. And apart from that, what other symptom? Yeah, I think that was it pretty much. Emotions, because of the emotions, like that was pretty much the only symptom. I have been eating a lot more, like I'm eating more than my husband, and he eats like, you know, a good amount, but I've been eating like way more than him. And it's not like I'm hungry, like I'm not like, oh my god, I'm hungry, I could eat all of that. It's just I just end up going for seconds without realizing it. It's not really like a conscious thing that I'm doing, and before you know it, I've ate kind of like 2 or 3 times what he's eating. So I guess that's to be expected as kind of like the little bean grows. So what else? Oh, out of breath. Being out of breath is still there. I'm actually now in week 21, and I have, for the last 2 days, felt very not lethargic, but just weak. I felt like, you know, like when you're getting a cold or a flu and you're coming down with something, and also just feeling just shaky and weak and out of breath. And at first I thought it's like, is it my blood, like my sugar in my blood? Is it my iron levels? Am I anemic? Is it my blood pressure? Stuff like that. I was really annoyed today actually, because I've tried to call my midwife. Well, first I called the GP, told them how I feel, and they said you should really be ringing your midwife. So I was a bit like, okay, fine, I just want someone to just check me over really. So I was like, okay, fine. Rang my midwife at 10:30 in the morning, and it's now, what is it? It's 11 o'clock at night, and I still have not heard anything. I even sent a text message, and obviously I know midwives she could be like in an all day kind of like labour situation, but there's no point having like a mobile to say like, call me if you're concerned about anything, but then they don't call you, but they don't even get back to you. Like I sent a text message saying, you know, I'm sure you're busy or whatever, but would really appreciate some advice, and I've heard nothing. So then I went back to my GP and I said, I've heard nothing and I'm not feeling any better. And then today I was kind of like getting out of bed, not getting out of bed, I was getting off the toilet seat, I was getting off the toilet seat, and I had like this just under my rib here, under my breast, under my rib, this whole area was like, it was like a stitch, like a sharp pain and like a stitch. So that freaked me out a bit. I'm really trying not to be like the kind of person that has to ring the midwife every 2 minutes. And I'm trying to stay off the internet and not Google like stuff that I shouldn't. But I'm sorry, like when it comes to like being pregnant, like it's definitely like better to be safe than sorry. So I'm not gonna make any apologies for like checking if I'm okay or not. But yeah, so we'll see. If I still feel kind of weak tomorrow, I'm probably just gonna take the day off work and actually physically go down to the GP and actually make them see me, because I just don't have any other option. And then also the day after is our scan, and obviously the main priority of this scan, the main point of it, is to check that organs and development, everything is, touch wood, God willing, just going okay. And that's like the main thing. And if we find out the gender, then great. If not, I really just don't care, as long as the little bubba is healthy. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to discuss. I obviously, if we can't really take you guys into the scan, but my husband might try and sneak something. But I'll talk to you guys on the day of the scan, unless I have any updates tomorrow when I go to see the GP, but fingers crossed it's nothing. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.